OK, now there's an intriguing title race shaping up in Northern Ireland, where Belfast's biggest rivals, Linfield and Glentoran, are neck and neck in the Irish Premier League. Both are level on 50 points, so when the top two met in the last round of the Cup, it captured the imagination of the locals, as Selina Hinchcliffe found out.
The Titanic, built in Belfast nearly a century ago. For decades, the world-famous shipyards were a focus for many. But for people of this province, there's always been another passion. Northern Ireland's two biggest teams are from Belfast. Glentoran and Linfield have the fiercest rivalry in Irish football. It's not based on religion, rather tradition.
It's historical.
You never like to lose.
Great respect between both clubs, but a massive rivalry.
Both teams are level on points at the top of the league. It's a familiar tale.
We have been thereabouts for the last number of years, as of Glentoran. Portadown would be a provincial side, but are a very, very strong team, well managed, and the title race this year is particularly exciting.
Well, last year will take some beating. Linfield pipped Portadown to the title on the final day of the season. Success at home breeds ambition in Europe, and traditionally teams from Northern Ireland have fared well on that stage against some illustrious opposition. For Linfield, the year 1993 is etched in the memory for what might have been.
We'd won our league, so we got through to the European, the preliminary rounds, and we ended up playing Copenhagen, and we won 3-0 at Windsor Park. And then we went to Copenhagen, they beat us 4-0, scored an extra time. Devastating.
And who would you have played next if you got through?
AC Milan. I mean, they had the Ruud Hullets, the Barazis, they had all the top men in those days. It would have been, as you said, dream come true, but as I said, they're absolutely devastated at the time and still can't get over it.
Nevertheless, the players are still heroes to their young fans. The profile of the game here does need a boost, though. The biggest barrier is the fact it's semi-professional.
It can be hard because, you know, sometimes you're playing 2 matches a week. You're training 2 or 3 times as well, and you know you're holding down your job, and you know you have family responsibilities. So sometimes it can get on top of you.
If you needed inspiration around Windsor Park, there are reminders of just what was achieved by a certain Belfast boy.
Banks being driven left, and was that a foul? The whistle hasn't gone. Best. Fascinating piece of football thinking by Best.
There's a lot of talent about this little country of ours, as has been proven in the past, that people do get the break. So it's a happy hunting ground for scouts, and they always know too that they'll get quality over here, and they'll get it for a bargain as well.
Some may have been at one of the biggest matches of the season. Glentoran versus Linfield in the 6th round of the Irish Cup. Added spice, the Glens boss Roy Coyle used to manage Linfield, and David Jeffrey played under him for a decade.
The old boss man was a hard taskmaster, learnt a lot from him, and now it's always enjoyable and very interesting to come up against them.
Well, there's good friendly rivalry, and there's total respect from both of us. But when the first whistle goes, there'll be no sort of friendship at all. There'll be the two of us will just be wanting to win the game. After, we'll shake hands, we'll maybe have a glass of wine.
Well, 4 minutes in, there were no niceties. A rush of blood to the head, and Linfield were down to 10 men, and soon a goal down. But with a gale force wind behind them in the second half, they battled back for a replay at Windsor Park. Now, Glentoran hadn't lost at Linfield's ground in the Irish Cup for 25 years, and history was on their side as they enjoyed a 3-0 victory and a place in today's quarter-final against Coleraine. Kevin Keegan scored the pick of the goals, a shot his namesake would have been proud of. The treble is on for the Glens. Linfield look to the league. Belfast is buzzing.
Selina Hinchcliffe reporting. Well, from one cup competition to another, we've already mentioned the forthcoming FA Cup